Good evening, everyone. Yesterday I shared a video that described why my campaign is asking voters to cast only one vote in the Democratic primary election this year. Today, on the summer solstice, and knowing that sunlight is the best disinfectant, I want to share more context on what it means to vote for the other candidates. You won't find any evidence in any candidate's campaign materials this year, but it's important to know that there has been an orchestrated smear campaign directed against me for more than 4 years. It resurfaced just a few days ago on the Brighton Parents and Neighbors Facebook page, where a longtime keyboard warrior reshared the Facebook post from 2021 that triggered this organized years-long hate campaign. In the post, I shared a picture of me with a Palestinian woman in a hijab at a Bernie Sanders rally in New York City. A key leader in the smear campaign has been Meredith Dragon, the outgoing CEO of the Jewish Federation, who bullied, harassed, and lied about me on social media for months simply for speaking out for Palestinian human rights in that 2021 Facebook post. This year, a candidate was recruited from the inaugural cohort of the Federation's Young Leadership Program. As an aside, another member of that same cohort is currently serving on the Brighton Town Board. His campaign was bolstered with over $100,000 in funds from a downstate super PAC. It was the director of planned giving and endowments at the Federation who accosted me at a restaurant just last year, telling me to choke on my food as I sat with friends at lunch. Here's a post from 2023 where Meredith Dragon again said, quote, "I stood with the terrorists," end quote, because I stood up against this senseless murder of the Palestinian people by the Israeli government. And mind you, my son served active duty in the army in the Middle East. On Election Day morning in 2024, a man hailed us as we were walking past Town Hall, which was a voting site at the time. "Trump Vance," he shouted. He currently is hosting a lawn sign for my opponents. In fact, there are dozens of lawn signs for my opponents hosted in the yards of registered Republicans. Why would my primary opponents post lawn signs in the yards of people who can't vote in the Democratic primary? Why would my opponents solicit and welcome support from registered Republicans and conservatives? My opponents have steered well clear of this cesspool of political commentary, with a few exceptions. If you examine my challenger's bio and campaign materials, you won't find any evidence of a connection to the Federation anywhere, but they are connected in important ways. My opponent and her campaign manager both sit on Federation's board of directors. Every phase of the campaign has received support from people involved in this years-long smear campaign, trying to convince my community that I am anti-Semitic and support terrorism. They have circulated designating petitions, held fundraisers, and made large political donations. More than 100 of them switched party affiliations, often from Republican or conservative, to vote in the Democratic primary election this year. The Democratic Party in Brighton has taken a decided turn to the right in the last couple of years. Ask yourself why the local Democratic Party is welcoming Republicans and conservatives with open arms. In Donald Trump's America, any true Democrat wouldn't want to lend support for that agenda by voting for my opponents. As the saying goes, quote, "all politics is local," end quote, and that couldn't be more true in this election. I encourage you to use your vote to say no to election interference. Use your vote to say no to lies, conspiracy theories, and hatred. Make your vote and your voice even louder in the voting booth this year by voting only for Robin. Then click the Continue and Cast button on the screen to make it loud and clear that Brighton condemns divisiveness, hate, and bigotry.